In this, hopefully not the last episode of the Lonely Podcast, I discuss the issues I've been having lately with YouTube. Basically, it removed two of my channels. It removed the first one, in which case I couldn't access the other ones as well. And it did it to one of the other ones also. I am now concerned that YouTube will remove this channel for no reason. I don't spam anyone. I don't sell anything. I don't monetize. And I don't have membership. That should be enough cause for the channels not getting negatively affected by this plague that's going around. Hopefully, it's not in the logic. Well, however, it's not in the logic of AI. It's Mercury Retrograde, and things happen during this phase where technology misbehaves. It isn't AI technology. YouTube is a monopoly trying to compete with other big companies with AI, trying to win. By trying to purge and cleanse themselves of spam, scam, and other deceptive practices which aren't allowed on the platform. I'm not saying they should be. They're falling into one of the Scorpio South Node tendencies to leave behind, destroying something in order to eliminate one part. They are hurting innocent creators like me by doing this, and not only is it shameful, but it's extremely disheartening. Hopefully they realize that they have done wrong and see the error of their ways. The best wisdom I can give you now, and for anyone who is also at the mercy of the AI algorithms, is that what happens in the world is out of your control. The moment you emotionally regulate yourself, reclaim your peace, and take back your joy, that's when you take back your power. Remember the serenity prayer and become empowered to live in the now and live a happy, fulfilled life where you are always trying to stay in a good mood. I may move back to my original channel, just focus on growing my podcast on Spotify. Anything bad happens, I lost a lot of my trust, integrity, and respect for YouTube, and I really don't support what they're doing right now. I feel safe on Spotify. I can trust Spotify. I can contact advisors via chat to help me with any technical difficulties. Spotify is a grassroots up platform that is for the people and not out to make itself better, bigger, and more powerful egoic concerns. Mercury, the winged messenger of the god, is a section of simultaneity in the ways of being. It is the planet that is intellectually bright, one that has a lot of expertise on the various subjects of the world. The communication of Mercury is most certainly up and around the ballroom when it gives communication or when the spokesperson for Mercury Retrograde has a white tent calming down and a beautiful woman who sings New Age music performs the song May It Be in the forests of Northwest Washington State. Mercury will go in a reverse direction for July, taking it to the hills and beyond to stretch its wings even further, but going further into reflection and contemplation. The communication could be delayed in July. The thought patterns get misconstrued, and the way of going about the intellectual could have us so deep into our unconscious that we don't look both ways before we cross the street. Information, in its very nature, is withholding itself in the recesses of its own mind and matter. It doesn't want to be shared and passed around like a platter of chips and guacamole. It wants to keep itself locked away and wants the one doing enough with enough integrity, enough depth, and enough profundity to share it. The trickster May mode of Mercury is very compelling for the way it behaves around July 14th. The new moon in Cancer is about coming home to our very nature, to our most primal, most raw, most precious needs for emotional security. The new moon is conjunct Mercury. So, therefore, the blind spots will be there. Talk of the town will be the fact that it continued for quite a few days after that. But whatever emotions are unspoken and not voiced around this time will have to come out. The lines are closing in, the fences are coming down. Around July 14th, there is no separation between Mercury's need to blend emotion with logic. They are one and the same. You can't have one without the other. On July 23rd, Mercury stations direct as a way of waking us up. We are still comfortable and cozy in our homes, but we are waking up in our own beds with our own pajamas and starting the day fresh again. We see the sun shine bright with new clarity, and revelations arrive that we didn't see before. We are shocked with surprise as the puzzle pieces all seem to cobble together. However, for now, the bears are not operating in their usual way. It's kind of like my grandpa with his unusual sleep schedule, where he sleeps some hours of the day without watching television at night. For 3 weeks, the bears hunker down into hibernation for the summer season. A hint at what we may experience on July 12th may be a burst of clarity and insights. It comes as in a little hint for us, a small revelation, a glimmer of a spark. However, it's not enough to really awaken us and get us out of our shells just yet. The dialogue that goes with this time is, oh, I didn't see it like this before. Some new revelations and divine downloads could come to the forefront as we are wishing on a star for all we are doing. We are seeing how, in a way that says indeed, new emotional truths and understandings could come out to play just for the day, that day when Mercury is in the heart of the sun, new ways in which we must make ourselves emotionally secure. Be careful of how you go on the freeway, and be careful about the files, double checking them to make sure they are in the right place and order, making sure that the dash comes before the period and not the other way around. Charge your devices, make sure that your computer is the most optimal use, and if need be, refer to the modern American technological advisors to support you in getting your computer up and running. During the station of Mercury, everything reaches a climax and is heightened in a way we have never seen before. All the communication and technology are looked at under the microscope in the most multifaceted of ways. Business and going to and fro with plans is the way of embodying your manifestations like banana bread coming fresh out of the oven could be high up in the charts. Gemini is the sign of intellectual prowess, the mere look at the mind with its communication and ideas. It just thinks spontaneously. Take all those ideas to Virgo and it says, do you have a plan and a backup plan for that? How are you going to structure and organize these thoughts into a systematic, streamlined framework? Virgo doesn't take all the crew members on board the ship, just the ones who are orderly enough to take care of their own business. Virgo only takes the ideas on board that are worth implementing in the 3D world. We can be so attached to our heads and our minds that we forget that we are also attached to our bodies. Grounding back into them is key, and crucial for us to really bring ourselves right back down to earth. Meditate, do yoga, exercise, anything that grounds and centers you this month. Who is your inner, what is your inner voice saying to you? What is your inner knowing saying? Too often we can get too caught up in the external, what others say that's best for us, and not what we already know inside of ourselves. How can we heed our own internal wisdom because the answer is already inside of us? Finally, how can we be intentional about what our words and actions? Pulling an oracle card for the day gives it more meaning than not pulling it. Setting an intention for the day of peace, love, joy, and grounding gives it more meaning than without. Where are we going to put our focus, time, and attention? What are we, uh, what will we invest it in? Is it time to be intentional about what we are doing and where we are going to navigate the craziness that is the month of July? This, why, by the way, was just me reading off things. I'm not trying to deceive anybody. I'm not trying to scam anybody. These videos on this channel are merely reading off things. That's what I want to disclaim because I don't want the YouTube to take this channel down again. Bye for now.